Okay, well, Rana Gupta is now joining us, our first guest on the show, Senior Portfolio Manager, India Equity Specialist at Manulife Investment Management. Rana, great to have you back on the program. Good morning, Prashant this side. Thanks for your time. Are we seeing a bit of a break in this upward rally? I guess we have seen that over the last 2 days or so after that Fitch news flow hit us. But do you think it'll be a meaningful pullback, or the market will look through it and things broadly remain strong? What's your sense?
I think this is a welcome consolidation phase that's going on in the market, and that can last for some more time. If you take a step back and if you see the way the Nifty at the headline is progressing, the Nifty had hit 18,500 somewhere in 2021. Then it consolidated for about 18 months before breaking out from 18,500 and now hit over 19,700 and now consolidating. We expect the Nifty to again spend some time consolidating before they digest those gains, because overall I think the fundamentals remain strong, and therefore we do not think that there's a huge correction or something like that. It will be more like time correction. The market consolidates in a tight range, digests gains before moving forward.
Right. So if this is, even if it's just a time correction, right, and you're expecting the markets to eventually move forward, where does India feature in all of that? Do you think that there's more scope for an upside because we're virtually at all-time highs? And compared to other markets, right, I mean, there is one narrative which says that now perhaps money could move into China and out of India just because of the valuations. Your thoughts here?
Okay, so we think that India, emerging market space looks good, and within that India has looked good for some time. And Indian markets can also consolidate after the gains that we have seen, particularly since April. It can consolidate for a while. Whereas markets, money moving out of Indian markets to China, clearly there has to be a catalyst. I mean, overall, regional investors have been waiting for China to give a growth stimulus catalyst for a long, long time. And most of the stimulus that has come, that has caused some initial rally, which has fizzled out going forward. So I think in this case, we would rather not preempt it. If we see a sizable stimulus coming, then no doubt, I think China, because of its cheap valuation, because of its, let's say, a bit of an under ownership, can rally for a while. Again, this thing will keep happening from time to time. If you recollect, from October, November 2022 till about March 2023, we have had China outperforming when the unlock in China started. So those kind of periods will come and go. But I do want to focus on the medium and long-term picture, where the emerging market fundamentals as well as Indian fundamentals continue to look very good.
All right. Hi, good morning, Mr. Gupta. I wanted your view on what do you expect the Fed to do? This evening, we got that big jobs report that's coming out. There are some data points that are a little bit softish, and you had the Fitch downgrade as well. So in that sort of a backdrop, what do you expect Fed to do? Are they done, or do you expect a couple of more hikes?
See, I think if you can take a step back and look at the inflation numbers, it has fallen in US. It has fallen from 9% to 3%, right? So probably the inflation will be around these levels. This have settled down. I think Fed has hiked quite a bit, 5.5%. You call the reality is also now very strongly positive. Unless and until we see a very strong surprise from the inflation side, you would expect that Fed is more or less done. See, one hike is very difficult to call whether it happens or not. But end of the rate cycle has been near for some time. And we do expect September, when the Fed meeting next, our base case will be the Fed remain at a pause. Hawkish was albeit, because inflation is still not down to the target. But a pause would be our base case.
All right. Rana, thanks a lot for joining in. So a pause would be the base case, and continues to believe that Indian markets, including emerging markets, are very strong and may continue the uptrend. Let's do one thing. Let's take a quick break. On the other side of the break, a lot of stocks